What's going on? I'm Cardell Beasley with Top Capital, and thank you for your interest in working with Top Capital. I want to tell you a little bit about us and how we got going. We actually launched Top Capital after I was able to obtain about $100,000 in business credit, and I was able to take that capital and buy a bunch of property in Detroit. I ended up with 13 doors by leveraging that capital. So once I saw the power of being able to touch, 50, 60, 80, $100,000 that quickly, I realized that this is something that people can use. The number one reason businesses fail is lack of capital, and we can solve that problem, whether you're a new business or an established business just looking to keep the doors open or have a backbone in times, in lean times, right, when things get a little bit rough. So like I said, we launched after being able to acquire 13 doors, and it's been a pretty amazing ride. We've been able to get thousands of people funding to be able to grow their business or even start their business and get it off the ground. And I'm gonna show you how to do this without leveraging. You can do it two ways. You can leverage your personal credit and get it done quickly, or you can build it completely without a social security number, and I'll show you how to build that over time. So basically, my team of professionals will help you get to the finish line. They're gonna hold your hand all the way through and get you in the position to be able to apply for credit. Now, business credit, it works in tiers, right? There's like 3 tiers. And the first tier, if you've ever started a business, you've actually probably threw it away. And that is regular credit. There's a few businesses that are going to offer any brand new business term credit. And one of the big things you'll do once you typically start an LLC is you'll receive a catalog from a company called Uline. Uline is a company who goes out and they give credit to new businesses. They'll give you terms. They have office supplies and things like that. And they usually send it. I threw it away for years. Every time I started a business, I get this big catalog of tape and paper and all type of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need this. Big mistake. That catalog that you received is your first start to building business credit. They report to the credit bureaus, the business credit bureaus, and that starts your what we call experiences. You have to have so many experiences to work your way up to the credit tiers, and that is your first source to be able to actually get going and build your credit. For years, I just threw it away. I don't need any tape. I don't need any paper. Well, why did they send this? And I was like, why did they spend so much money? It's a thick, nice catalog, but blew it. That is your first step to building credit. Those couple companies there will start you on your journey to building experiences, which it can get you to tier 2. Now, tier 2 in the world of business credit is your Dell accounts, your Microsoft accounts, your Home Depot, your Staples, your Amazon credit, maybe Walmart credit. This is tier 2. These guys report to your DNB, your Dun & Brad's number, and say, hey, this person's paying their bills on time. Now, one big difference in business credit and personal credit that people aren't aware of is personal credit has a ton of factors, right? Your debt to limit ratio can affect you. The types of credit you have can affect you. A lot of variances, nuances. In the business world, it strictly looks at paying. Does this person pay on time? That's it. I don't care if you have a $10,000 card and it's at $9,095. Does he pay it on time? So they call those experiences, and that's what the business world and business credit look at to see, hey, what is the pay experiences? Is he paying his bills on time? If so, we find him a worthy candidate for funding. So we're going to show you how to do that. We have a whole team of professionals that's going to work on the background for you, that's going to guide you and hold you hand by hand to get to these through tiers. Tier 3 is the banking tier. That's when you'll be able to go to the bank and say, hey, I want this loan, I want this line of credit, I want these credit cards, I want these things. Typically, a mixture of credit is how you're going to get a big lump sum. That, you're not going to go to the bank and they're going to give you a $150,000 line of credit just off the jump unless you got some strong financials. But however, they will say, hey, this is a business and we'll give you $20,000 business credit card. We'll give you a $15,000 line of credit. We'll give you a $30,000 loan. These are the type of fundings. That's how I was able to attain the $100,000. I had a couple credit cards, some lines of credit. It was amazing. I couldn't believe that they did that, and I did that through one of our programs, which is called hybrid funding, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So typically, when you're building your credit up and you're going through the tiers, right, to get to the tier 3, the cash credit, things like that, it typically takes 9 to 12 months working with our company to get there. Now, people have structured it to do it on your own, and you can do it on your own if you do enough research and find out what has to be done. It usually takes about 2 years just because you're bumping your head, you're trying to figure it out. So you got to look at the value in having someone who knows what they're doing to hold your hand, or versus kind of researching it up and digging it up and trying to get through it yourself. So that's the major difference there. But this can all be done without using your personal social. So I don't care if you have a 400 credit score, you can go through this system and build up your EIN to be able to get Amazon to say, here's $30,000, right? To be able to get a credit card for your business of $30,000, $40,000. You can do this without using a social if you go through the proper steps and tiers and build up the experiences, right? So, but our company, we're going to hold your hand. We're going to walk you through it step by step, 9 to 12 months, and say, hey, here's exactly what you have to do. We're going to look at your credit profile. We're going to say, hey, this isn't reporting. You need this reporting. We're going to dig into it to make sure you get to where you really want to get to, right? So the credit hybrid program I was referencing, that's if you got an idea, you kind of know what you're doing, and you don't mind leveraging your personal credit. We can get you funding very quickly through a hybrid program like that. Within 30 days, you say, hey, I got a 660, I got a 670, 680 credit score. I'm just looking to get capital to do X, Y, Z. That when I tell people, I like to kind of know where you want to go with the capital, because last thing I want to do is put $100,000 in somebody's hand who doesn't have a plan, because this is on your credit and you will have to pay it back. So I'd like to know, where you're going to put the funds. Let's work through a plan. Let's make sure you have a decent way to be able to pay this capital back. But the credit hybrid program is what I actually use to be able to get the cash quick, because I knew it was going into real estate. The real estate was making money. It can make the payments for me simple. That's not to say you build up your business credit, get $100,000 and just say, F it, don't pay it. But it's not attached to your social. So if something happens and it doesn't work out right, it's a little bit less of a situation where it hurts you financially in the long run. So our team will take you there. I appreciate you watching. This team of professionals, we put 1,000 people. This program we're using, thousands of people have used it, obtained over millions and millions of dollars of credit. We're going to walk you through it A to Z, right? Now, normally we charge $29.99, $3,000 basically to get into this program, but we're launching a new thing. We're launching our new system here, so we're actually going to be doing it for $14.99. You can use that, take that capital. We'll get you started right away. We're going to show you how to get your EIN properly, because if you just go get your EIN and you set it up and you put it at your house, you're already wrong. You're not going to get funded for anything. So it's these nuances that you just not aware of, right? You go and you get your EIN and you set up your business cell phone, and it's your actual personal cell phone. The banks are not going to fund you. You're not fundable, because you're asking us for $100,000, but the same phone your mama called you on to ask you what you want for dinner is the same phone that you expect the client to call you on. The bank's going to deny it. So these are the things that we know, and we know how to work the system. We know what's necessary for you to actually get the funding. So thanks for watching this video. If you're ready to move forward, reach out to me. If you got more questions I can answer for you, reach out to me. Let's get you funded. Let's get your business in position to go. Access to capital is the key to getting to you in the position where you want to be. I've been investing for a while, but I've never been able to acquire that many houses in that short a time. It was because I had access to business capital. So it's your boy Dale with Top Capital Credit. You got any questions, reach out to me, and let's make it happen, man. You have a great day.